Scene Mom says, welcome to the podcast from former Phoenix radio host Danny Cutler. Each week bringing you independent music, industry news, the occasional interview, and other fun segments. Let's get to it. Scene Mom says, hello and welcome to episode 99. I'm Danny, your host and Scene Mom. Thank you for joining me. I hope everyone's week was good. I'm just plugging along as usual. I can't believe this is episode 99, you guys. That's just crazy to me. I want to do something special for episode 100, but everything I think of is just too much prep for me right now. But maybe I'll put something together to underscore the significance of 100 episodes. Do you have any ideas? Email me or reach out on social media, cmomsays@gmail.com. Or you can give me some congratulations. I'm always open to that, of course. Well, we shall see what episode 100 holds. It will be a surprise for everyone, including me. But right now, we're in episode 99. I'm very excited to tell you guys that I finally have my hands on our Montechusett TV footage of Montapalooza from back in May 30th. It's the professional stuff. And the few things I've seen, I am just giddy about. So happy. As I'm recording this, I'm actually uploading everything, and I definitely will be sharing on the Montapalooza socials over time. So make sure you're following along on both Facebook and Instagram. Remember, the next Montapalooza is July 17th of 2027. I also have an update and more information on last week's story that I shared about the DOJ Live Nation settlement. Now, I haven't seen anything at the time I'm recording from NEVA yet about their toolkit that they were supposed to put out for everybody, because you have till September 4th to submit public comments. But until then, and I'll share that when they put that out there. But if you want to do it right now and submit a public comment, here's what you can do. You can email Live Nation Public Comment, all one word, at usdoj.gov. And you can also submit through regulations.gov and do a search for Live Nation. Now, I did that to look around and it looks a little wonky, so I would just email them, Live Nation Public Comment at usdoj.gov. Now, a few things worth noting. Comments can support the settlement, they can oppose it, or you can recommend changes. They will be publicly posted with your name attached, filed with the court, and the DOJ is required to respond to them. So it's really on the record stuff. You're not just shouting into a void. Now, whether a judge takes the public comments seriously will remain to be seen, but this is something. September 4th is the deadline. The email again, Live Nation Public Comment at usdoj.gov. And of course, I will have this out there on socials and in the show notes for you. All right, so let's get back to it with some music. As always on the show, I have your music news, music history, marketing promo tip, and of course, great indie tracks for you. And one of the indie tracks this week is going to be a preview of a new song that is being released on Friday the 24th. So keep listening because it's a good one and it's a debut single from this artist. Let's get back to the music right now with Boston band Girl with a Hawk. In June, they released their latest album called Regenesis, and it is so good, you guys. The entire album harnesses the band's classic rock, power pop, and Americana sound. Now, this is the opening track from the album called Way with Words, and you're listening to What Scene Mom Says.
You are kind, but in truth you are cruel. You act like you're my friend. Do you think I'm such a little fool? Remember, you were gonna find a way out. You were gonna be the one. Yeah, you were gonna find a way
See, Mom says it is time for some music news. Now, if you've been following the Ticketmaster and Live Nation saga on this show, and you know I've been following it pretty closely, here's a story that hits a little closer to my home. Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey just introduced legislation that would directly take on predatory ticket resale pricing right in the Commonwealth. The bill is called the Great Divide Act. Yes, it is named after the Noah Kahan album and tour, and Kahan himself appeared via pre-recorded message at Healey's State House press conference to back it. And honestly, the timing could not be more perfect. Kahan recently made history as the first artist to headline 4 consecutive sold-out shows at Fenway Park. Original tickets were priced between $125 and $400. On StubHub, those same tickets were listed between $900 and $39,000. No, I did not say that wrong. The bill would cap concert ticket resale prices at 110% of face value, so that $200 ticket could only be resold for $220. It would cap reseller service fees at 10% of the total price. For comparison, platforms like StubHub and SeatGeek currently charge roughly double that. And it outright bans speculative or ghost tickets. Those are listings for seats the seller doesn't actually have. This summer, for example, World Cup fans that bought resale tickets to matches at Gillette Stadium showed up and discovered that their tickets simply never existed. Now, Healey is matching the legislation to a closeout supplemental budget, and it gives it a much better shot at passing quickly before the formal legislative session ends on July 31st. Maine and Vermont have already passed similar measures, so if Massachusetts joins them, it does send a big signal that the era of unlimited ticket scalping may finally be starting to crack, at least in the New England area. And I also have a breaking story this week on the ongoing AI music copyright wars, and this one was just filed a couple of days ago on the 20th. Sony Music filed a brand new lawsuit against AI music generator Udio, and the scale of it is pretty staggering. When Sony originally sued, Udio back in 2024, alongside Universal Music Group and Warner Music Group, the complaint covered 333 recordings. This new lawsuit expands that to more than 30,000 recordings, and it changes the math a lot. We're talking about potential damages jumping from 50 million all the way to 4.5 billion. So why a new lawsuit instead of just expanding the original one? Well, Sony tried to add those additional recordings to the existing case, but the court rejected it, with Udio arguing that expanding the data set 2 years into litigation would derail the entire proceeding. The court agreed, but also noted that Sony had every right to pursue those claims separately, so they did. And here is the detail that should make you pay attention, especially if you're an artist. Sony says it wasn't until the legal discovery process gave them access to Udio's actual training data that they realized just how many of their recordings had been used. That 333 original songs were, in their words, a minuscule illustrative fraction of what was actually taken. It was allegedly ripped directly from YouTube and fed into the AI model without permission. It's also worth noting that Universal and Warner both settled their Udio cases back in the fall of 2025. Sony chose not to, and they are clearly playing a different game. While the other majors move towards licensing deals, Sony wants to do it in the court. This case is going to be one to watch, of course. And once again, the question hanging over all of it is what this means for independent artists whose music was almost certainly in that training data too, with no lawsuit, no settlement, and of course, indie artists have no seat at the table. And finally, we definitely have talked a lot on this show about AI deepfakes, whether it's an artist profile, fake songs, or likenesses. And this week, TikTok is doing something about it in a small way. TikTok has started testing an opt-in deepfake detection tool that scans the platform for AI-generated content using a creator's likeness without their permission. Right now, it is only available to a limited number of US-based creators, but it is a notable first step for the platform. Now, here's how it works. Creators who want to participate first have to verify their identity through a company called Jumio, which involves a real-time selfie scan and an ID check. Once verified, TikTok's system scans for content that may be using the creator's likeness without authorization, and the creator can review any matches and report them directly to TikTok. The company says it does not retain the ID documents and that facial data is used only for likeness matching. TikTok is not alone in moving in this direction. YouTube has also rolled out its own face scanning AI tool, initially focused on journalists and politicians, with broader availability coming. Now, some people are definitely going to raise an eyebrow at the fact that this is currently limited to TikTok US, which is now controlled by a coalition that includes some notable Trump allies. Now, whether that plays any role in how the tool is deployed and who gets access, well, that remains to be seen. But the bigger context here is important. Deepfake abuse has exploded across social platforms, from fake celebrity content to far more disturbing material. Elon Musk's own AI tool Grok is being used to generate non-consensual deepfake imagery, and xAI has just filed a lawsuit against a user who allegedly used it to create illegal content involving minors. So the bottom line is, platforms are starting to build those detection tools, but they're very much playing catch up with this problem that has already been out there for some time now. So that is your music news this week. And if you have feedback or any other thoughts or any music news to share, you can email me, scenemomsays@gmail.com.
Too many words passing by. Too many people saying why. Stars and spirits floating in the air. Can't wait for no one's there. Maybe it's time to let lie. And it's too right, chasing the sunset down. 'Cause tonight we turn it upside down. Tired of running around, I'm tired. Disagree. Maybe it's you, maybe me. I don't have time to know your why. And it's too right, chasing the sunset down. 'Cause tonight we turn it upside down. Tired of running around, tired of running around. 'Cause the life and the dreams and the way that they all interchange. And it's too right, chasing the sunset down. Tonight turn it upside down. It's too right, chasing the sunset down. It's tonight, we turn it upside down. I'm tired of running around, I'm tired, yeah, so tired. Yeah, I'm tired running around.
Off their new album, Hey Yeah Hey, from Boston, that was Other Brother Daryl with Too Right. And as always, I will have links to all the music heard in the show notes. I'm so tongue-tied today. C-Mom says it is time for some music history. On July 21st in 1987, Guns N' Roses released their debut single, Appetite for Destruction, featuring Welcome to the Jungle and Sweet Child of Mine, one of the most explosive debuts in rock history. Also on July 21st, but in 1990, Roger Waters staged a monumental performance of The Wall at the former site of the Berlin Wall, which had come down just 8 months earlier with a cast of guest performers that included Sinead O'Connor, Van Morrison, Joni Mitchell, and the Scorpions. On July 24th in 2020, Taylor Swift released her album Folklore with just 1 day's notice, and she didn't do any big publicity campaign. And like her 6 previous albums, it went straight to #1 in America. On July 25th, back in 1965, Bob Dylan shocked the folk world by strapping on a Fender Stratocaster at the Newport Folk Festival and launching into an electrified set, opening with Maggie's Farm to a chorus of boos from folk purists, a performance which is now considered one of the most pivotal moments in rock history. And on July 25th in 1964, the Beatles' A Hard Day's Night hit #1 in America, where it stayed for 14 weeks, while simultaneously sitting at #1 in the UK for 21 weeks, one of the most dominant chart runs of the era. And that is some music history for you this week. Now, let's get to that preview of the debut single from Vermont artist Shaylee O'Dew. I met Shaylee and her whole family through my friend Franco from Soundbites Events. I have been a fan of Shaylee's for 2 years now since meeting her. There is something just magical and so unique about her voice, and you would never know that she is just a teenager. Her first of what I know will be many singles will be released on all streaming services tomorrow, and I am so grateful to her for allowing me to give you the very first listen. I also want to mention that Shaylee and her family also have a music festival happening on October 3rd in the Bonneville Fairgrounds in Winhall, Vermont. It's called the Ramblin' Roads Country Fest. 2 stages, 12 featured acts, and the headliner is Nick Boss and the Northern Roots. It looks like a lot of fun. And you could get more information on that at ramblinroadsentertainment.com. So let me hush and let you listen to Shaylee O'Dew, and this is called Worth the Risk.
Yeah, you want to talk about it? Yeah.
We live down the street for most of our lives, and we'd spend the summer hanging out, you and I. Oh, but something strange this year. Now you're stupid it just me? Do you feel it too? Are you wondering like I wonder about you? I'm falling for you. Are you falling for me? Do a chance when we are for what we could be? It's a shot I don't wanna miss, but is it worth the risk? When I saw you in the home, you always looked my way, and I tried to find a reason to talk to you each day. All along I hoped and I prayed that you and I would feel the same. So is it just me? Do you feel it too? Are you wondering like I wonder about you? I'm falling for you. Are you falling for me? Do a chance when we are for what we could be? It's a shot I don't wanna miss, but is it worth the risk? Oh, now I made up my mind. I'm gonna say what I feel inside. I think it's finally time to put it on the line. Is it just me? Do you feel it too? Are you wondering like I wondered about you? Is it just me? Do you feel it too? Are you wondering like I wondered about you? I'm falling for you. Have you fallen for me? Do a chance when we are for what we could be? It's a shot I don't wanna miss. It's a shot I don't wanna miss, but is it worth the risk? Is it worth the risk? Oh.
Again, that was a special preview of the debut single from Vermont artist Shaylee O'Dew and Worth the Risk. A reminder, the next Bandcamp Friday is coming up on August 7th. Artists receive 100% of the proceeds that day, so get that in your calendar reminders. C-Mom says it is time for your marketing promo tip of the week, and that is spread out how you use your content. People and many small business owners are trying to be online less. Social media has become a burnout, but it is still an important tool to use in your marketing and promotion. You don't have to post things immediately. You don't have to post them right after the event or during the event. And the content that you have, it doesn't have to be timely. Thanks to algorithms, most of the time, people won't even see that content for a day or two after you post it. Sometimes I don't even know about events until a couple days after they've happened, and that's just the algorithm. So relax. There is no rush at all. Also, did you have an event a month ago? Use that content again or other content that you forgot you gathered. You have saved more than you think, and it's all relevant to your business. If it's in your calendar and it's planned out, you won't have nearly the stress of feeling like you need to always post and be overly on top of it. I'm always here to go over better ways to improve how you're seen on social, so get in touch and let's talk. You can find all the ways to get in touch and schedule at DannyCutler.com. And I also have the twice monthly newsletter, and there's also the private Facebook group. And all the links, yes, are in the show notes.
Holding on to the memories, trying to let go of the past. My heart is a locket filled with sulfur of ash. And how did I get here, sitting in this afternoon light, sorting through the photos that live in my mind. I don't want to hold on to heartache or the pain. Yeah, some things are different, but some things don't have to change. And as I grew older, I had to realize it's not a dishonor to move on from those times. Lay down the paper, pick up a broken crayon. It can still color, that's who I am. I don't want to hold on to heartache or the pain. Yeah, some things are different, but some things don't have to change. I don't want to hold on to heartache or the pain. Yeah, some things are different, but some things don't have to change. Slowly inching forward, I'll finally get some rest. Wrapped in layers of silk in my chrysalis. My new wings are drying, I'm getting ready to fly. So many new colors, so beautiful I could cry. I don't want to hold on to heartache or the pain. Yeah, some things are different, but some things don't have to change. I don't want to hold on to heartache or the pain. Yeah, some things are different, but some things don't have to change. Some things don't have to change. Some things don't have to change. I don't want to hold on, but some things don't have to change.
That was Arizona to Missouri duo Megan and Shane with Things Don't Have to Change. And that is it for episode 99. Links to all the music and news you heard this week will be in the show notes. If you have any feedback, you can always get in touch on social media. scenemomsays on Facebook and dcutleraz everywhere else. And you can email scenemomsays@gmail.com. And always, if you like what you hear, please share. It does help support these artists and it helps me as well. Thanks as always for listening, and you'll hear me again soon. You've been listening to the Scene Mom Says podcast. Intro, outro music is Look Good for the Radio by Fairy Bones. Learn more about Danny and the show at dannycutler.com.